Hello. How are you doing? My background is a bit dark. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from here. We'll promise to bring you a show. There's a program a day before yesterday at which an Oduduwa spokesman, Maxwell Adeleye, the way he reacted to the Biafran struggle when asked, and we decided to do a show at and here we're going to bring the show to you. Reaction from one of our contributors to that. Please watch. Add your comment. Welcome to IAT channel and please subscribe to get our updates.
Maazị Udoka ekele o ya dịrị gị mma ndewo nwanne m. That is I can't laugh enough after I heard yesterday what happened with the Oduduwa people, the Oduduwa group spokesperson, what professor there, distancing themselves totally from IPOB and Biafrans. So normally people like me, I never even believed in this alliance from the this thing of hoping on Oduduwa people that we are going to be as they have belatedly joined the so-called struggle that they want their Oduduwa Nation, which is what I was just saying the last time, as they pile on their pressure and we do our own thing, then eventually it becomes too hot for Nigeria. We are giving a referendum has to go, or Nigeria implodes. Like I said before, those things are futile. We are just wasting our time. We are wasting our time. We don't need all those Oduduwa at all. The same way I'm also of the opinion that Maze made a very big mistake in insisting to, the same way he made a mistake with Oduduwa, always giving kudos to that Mayegu. Yoruba brothers waking up. Those things are not necessary. They are nonsense. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Don't even commend them. Don't even commend them. Yoruba, anything. Focus on yourself. You know what you want. I know when I make comparison with Taliban, somebody will say you're making comparison with a terrorist group, but you have to know one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. About Taliban terrorist group, IPOB, had they not been called terrorists in Nigeria? But does it mean IPOB are terrorists? No. So what I want to, the brief comment I want to make about Taliban is, you see, they fought for 20 long years. 20 long years. 20 good years. Eventually they got it. So the same way IPOB is fighting now, we have time on our side. We will eventually get it, but we need to really focus on ourselves and ourselves alone and keep our eyes set on that goal. Not being distracted, by trying to say we are carrying everybody along as Mazi was doing. Oduduwa, I want freedom for everybody. Oduduwa have woken up now. And then the biggest mistake of all was Niger Delta. That's the biggest mistake. Leave all those people alone. Don't be saying Edwin Clark is not all the Niger Deltans. He's just speaking for himself. Yes, I agree. There are many younger generations in the Niger Delta who truly think they are Biafrans and they want to go and they want freedom, They want freedom for a future political entity called Biafra to leave Nigeria. But there are also an overwhelming number of young people in that Niger Delta area who don't even believe in Biafra. They don't care. Equal, our oil. We are not Igbos. Oil, to the extent, even in our own parts of Igbo land, gerrymandered into so-called Niger Delta, like in a very large part of Delta State, so-called Delta State. A very large part of it is pure Igbo land, Western Igbos across the Niger. You come to Rivers, a very significant portion of Rivers State is also Igbo land. So I'm saying that even in those areas, in that Rivers and Delta State that we have, those areas of Igbo land that were carved into those states, you notice that people still say they are not Igbos. Here, Kwandi Igbo, So Isho Kumaworo, okay, if those people, if those Igbos in those areas are talking like that, so how much more Ndashi, all those minority ethnic groups or other ethnic groups, let me remove minority, Urobo, Ijano, and the rest of them. So that is why MNK shouldn't have, concerned himself with this thing of I want freedom for everybody. No, focus on Biafra alone. And when I say Biafra alone, Igbos first, because I believe the moment we are gone and things begins happening, we turn ourselves around, we turn our place around, build a modern economy, these other people will come. They will start wishing for the same thing, but it may be too late for them. Focus on ourselves, be streamlined, have a focus on ourselves. Our focus is we get the 5 Igbo states first out of Nigeria, then make sure we try and also get those parts of Igbo land gerrymandered into other places, like the Igbos across the Niger and those parts of River State. That is just our focus. But all these ones we are doing, like I said, is a waste of time. Now, going back to the Yoruba man, some IPOB members are still in denial after that man's speech. Remember, it wasn't reported by just any network. It was reported by Sahara Reporters. IPOB members, Biko, Mwetono Boro, make una receive sense, as they say. I even on YouTube, I see some IPOB members still denying that this guy in Critics News, he was very apt in analyzing that news. That guy is also very good, very apt, even though he has his unique way, his, should I say, unorthodox way, with his jokes and everything. But his jokes are very serious too. But it makes the whole thing more entertaining. If you listen properly, you get the point he's saying. He doesn't even paper over anything. The guy analyzed it very aptly. But you see in the comment section, you hear people saying, oh, no, trying to make apology. No, that the Yoruba man was never meant that they are distancing themselves from Biafrans. That this thing is, this thing is mind something. That no, that they are still with us. This and that. Even some are even saying you are trying to bring confusion between Oduduwa. And I don't know what is wrong with some of our people. You are trying to give another interpretation to what the man said when he clearly said they are not the same as IPOB. In fact, to even add insult to injury, apart from he didn't even stop at we are not the same as IPOB because we don't have a military wing. He didn't even stop there. Before I go into the nuances of that, he didn't even stop there. He went further. That IPOB, that they are not a terrorist group. That was what he said. They are not a terrorist group. In other words, he first said they are not a terrorist group. Then later on, he went further. They are not a terrorist group like IPOB. He went further towards the end. They are not a terrorist group like IPOB. That IPOB is proscribed because IPOB has a military wing. IPOB has, I say IPOB has a military wing. Came back from ESN. Is it up to 6 months or even 7 months? When IPOB was proscribed back in 2017, was there ESN? Okay, ESN, between ESN and Amoteku, which one came first? Amoteku came first. Just talking a lot of rubbish, but because he's English and, they are well constructed grammar and all those rubbish, they spend days writing, as America will say. After reading it out now, some people are confused. They won't even read between the lines what he's saying. The man is totally disavowing. It was a total disavowal. The man is totally dissociating. They are totally dissociating themselves from IPOB and what IPOB stands for. The only time he even made the narrator connection, he said I think he said something about the only thing, the only thing similar between us and our, with due respect, I think that's what he said. The only thing similar between us and our Biafran brothers is that is that they want Biafra and we want ODUDUWA. But aside that, he totally excoriated Biafrans and IPOB. That we are not the same. IPOB has a military wing. They don't have a military wing. That IPOB is proscribed. That IPOB is a terror. That they are not a terrorist group. If you say you are not a terrorist group, that means the people you are dissociating yourselves from are terrorists now. That is what it means. That was, from the first time he said it, that was the implication. Then later on, he even went further, that they are not a terrorist group like IPOB. He said it pump and plain. And you have IPOB members trying to make excuses. Oh no, don't. That statement doesn't mean they are distancing themselves away from us. People shouldn't bring confusion between us and our ODUDUWA brothers. Anyway, at times I don't blame the followers because on him, that's why you need leaders. Had he been a man, was so iron-bound in, in his strategies, in saying, no, what I want is Biafra. And this Biafra we are looking for. Since the people in the riverine areas are behaving like this, we are focusing on Igbos alone. And this is how we want to get this thing. We want it through armed force. We want it through armed force. All this money he's eating. By the way, all these things of having lawyers on retainership who work for IPOB, does it make sense that IPOB goes to Nigerian courts?
Anyway, this is the first part of the of this. This is the first part of this. We are coming to the second part. This is a reaction of somebody who listened to this Yoruba Maxwell Adeleye, and he's a spokesman for Oduduwa Nation. And while talking about Biafra, he distanced himself as if we are at odds with each other, as if it's a different, yes, it's a different struggle, quite all right, but as if the other side is proscribed, they are the So based on this, one of our contributors reacted, and we are going to show you the other part of the comment. For those who are coming in, you can still play this video later. You understand? And let me look at, before we continue to show you the other part of the comment, let me see what our brother wrote. Damian Thomas said, right from the beginning, I don't believe in these people because they don't have a mind to stand the heat. And you see, a lot of people have different opinions about this particular thing. And they say two cannot work unless they agree. If I say what I done about going for Bonokba, I got one done about going for Bonokba. You have to really, let's be focused. And let's not wait for until we are lumped together. That is what the other guy is trying to say. Yes, the whole South want to pull out, but let's not rely on these people and say, oh, we need them to. Yes, quite all right. The pulling out together, which it will bring it will be formidable. But then there are certain things we need to consider. You don't just keep trusting, putting your whole trust on, as if without them you can't go. Meanwhile, I would like to play the other part of the audio for us to see. Please add your comments. We will react to your comments. Keep commenting. Keep commenting. We'll react to your comments. Let me play the second part of the audio.
Yobi goes to Nigerian cause.
Video, yes.
The country you said he wants to. The country you said you don't believe in. You don't believe in its existence. You don't recognize its existence, its legitimacy. That the country you want to be broken up. How come you still go to their court? What nonsense is that? And one of the worst mistakes America made in the past, which because of his charisma, it didn't really have much effect. It didn't really derail the struggle. Was that time he wanted to delegitimize Nigeria's elections, only to change his mind at the very last minute. I know it was also due to a lot of pressure. I know. All those idiots in Igbo land who were telling him, no, that was what Ojukwu was doing that made him lose the war. Which Ojukwu was doing? It was saboteurs that made Ojukwu lose the war. And maybe probably some mistakes too Ojukwu made in not dealing with those saboteurs, in not foreseeing the viciousness of their treachery. They made him, he buckled under that pressure, turned around, told people to go and vote, your law-abiding duties, carry out. We have made mistakes, but then, because of his force of character, that episode passed away, things continued. Then he now continued in this indecisiveness. Today, Yoruba. Even I remember that answer something when he tried to be saying he's serving Nigerian youth. I knew it was a recipe for disaster. It was a recipe. We are not one. The only oneness we have is just among ourselves. That I'm not. When I say oneness, I don't mean even among Igbos that we're all united, the United Front. No, because you can see Ohaneze and Eastern governors and the rest of them. That's why I said we need that solution of eliminating these people. But what I mean is, we are not one in the sense that we are not homogeneous. So do not expect that your ideas will take root among the entire Nigerian ethnicity nationalities. It's not possible. We are not homogeneous. The reason why, for instance, Jews can rally around and do the things they do is because they are one nation. That is, they are a nation. They are homogeneous. So in the same way, if Igbos say what we want is just an Igbo Biafran Republic and fight for it, they will get it. Igbo Biafran Republic, they will fight for it. First of all, we start with the 5 states, secure it, then push further. Get all those our communities put into so-called River State. Get all those our communities put into so-called Delta State. We are good to go. We form a republic. We form a republic. Leno Oduduwa one you're hoping on. What the man said is clearly unambiguous. He wasn't equivocating, you know. He wasn't equivocating. He said it pump and plain. All these people trying to, you know, trying to explain what he said. No, that's not what he meant. I'm here the wrong with some people. Well, I understand what is wrong. Is liberal thinking. I just thank God I'm not a liberal. I just thank God I'm not. Normally, when realists talk, you won't like it because what they speak is raw truth based on interpreting reality. And with such interpretations, they can accurately predict, almost always predict what happens in the future. As one political scientist aptly summed it, he said, "Realism is not exciting, but the realism is not exciting, but the how did he put it? Realism is not exciting, but the realism is not exciting, but is appreciated." But this American professor Kaplan, realism is not exciting. Realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the end. I've forgotten that quote, how he put it. Realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the end thereof. Once the end. Good. He said realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the end thereof has made a situation demonstrably worse. I don't know if you get it. He said realism is not exciting. At first, it's not exciting, but it is appreciated once the end thereof, that is the end thereof from liberal ideas, like, you know, trying to appease Fulani today, or trying to say you are waiting for Oduduwa brothers. So when the end thereof, which is what you just heard from the Yoruba man yesterday, you understand, has now made the situation worse, because now Fulani, this is more, you know, this is more quiver. This is like you are giving them more fuel. The situation is now demonstrably worse. It is now clear that we are alone. That's when you appreciate it. So that's what Kaplan meant. Realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the end thereof has made the situation demonstrably worse. Realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the end thereof has made the situation demonstrably worse. Is it the lack thereof, and realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the end thereof, or I think either end thereof or lack thereof, yeah. Realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the lack thereof. Let me use lack. Realism is not exciting, but is appreciated once the lack thereof, that is lack of realism. Lack of realism. In our case, the lack of realism is not realizing that we can never depend on Oduduwa, or not realizing that it is futile trying to say we want to pull all these people in the coastal region, the so-called Niger Delta, when they themselves are not interested. You shouldn't, because you have few people saying they believing in what we are doing from those areas, and you now believe you can. You now believe the vast majority in those areas who do not believe in what we are doing, that their opinion doesn't matter. We keep saying when a referendum comes, everybody will decide. Those things are wishful thinking. We are wasting our time. So that is what that political scientist was saying. Realism isn't exciting, but the lack of it, the lack thereof, but will be appreciated once the lack of it, the lack thereof, has made the situation demonstrably worse. That is realism for you. So in other words, some of the things I say, I know some people who are liberals, they will say he's an idiot, he's crazy. What is he saying? You understand? But mgbe o setiri ị ga-ama that nna onye akwụkwara ihe ahụ onye akwụkwara ihe a. Like I said, if we don't get this Biafra now, time will come. There will be nothing like Igbo land. International terrorists will take us over, and the world will do nothing. Who are you hoping on? United States, Britain. Britain is no longer what they used to be. Yes, they still, put themselves throw themselves around like they have some weight. They are not what they used to be. But diplomatically, they are still there, trying to run things, which is how they have been protecting Nigeria, diplomatically in the UN and all those things, which is why anything about Biafra is completely drowned out. So the only option left for us is to fight. There is an extent you fight until you take, not just fighting, we are fighting with the aim of we will take the whole thing by force. We take over our territories, declare this thing unilaterally. The word Amara that you're not joking, before you know it, you have gotten it. They will say, let these people go. But we are here, well, anyway, ekuchalam. So, like I said, IPOB are terrorists. Coming from who? Your Yoruba brothers, our Oduduwa brothers. Our Oduduwa brothers. Have you heard it? For those of you who will try to make apologies for them, that their spokesperson was misinterpreted. No, it was Sahara reporters. Ihe niile o kwuru nọ there. All sị na unu wụ terrorist. Na ha enweghị anything to do with your people. He even went into sit at home that, for instance, that the sit at home IPOB declared that they are not interested in it and it is never part of their methodology. He even claimed that they have a manual on peaceful agitation. Oh, the manual of peaceful agitation. Ubulole can happen to agitate. Ubulole. If not until this recently, this Sunday, how many times have you heard Yorubas coming out to protest for anything? But the Biafrans for more than a decade have been protesting and are being killed in numbers. Anyway, come closer here. Come closer here. Come closer here. On a boa mobi, honestly. On a boa mobi.
Hello. What do you think? What do you think about what he said? He has said his mind. And, it's, this thing, it's, I don't know how to put it. As somebody you rely on, and you people have chosen to go to this path together. And the person is na Azu. You understand? Sorry for my enlightening. I don't know. The slide is not very the way I like. It's not very sharp. Do you think, add your comment on the comment section, do you think we should still go with the Yorubas, the Niger Deltas? Do you think these people are pulling us back? Look at what the Yoruba man said, Maxwell Adeleye. And they said, this is not the first time he's making such comments. They are feeling, we are supposed to work together, but they are like segregating. They are saying, these guys are proscribed people, they are, terrorists, And these are people you want to like start trusting, and you want to forget about the past, During the Biafran war, it was said that we were betrayed. Depending on how you see it. So, what do you think? Are these people, should we trust them and go with them, or should we just, just like the Bible said, work out your own salvation in trembling and in fear? Should we do our own things rather than trust in these people? What do you think? I think, okay, let's be, like an elder used to tell me, let's be diplomatic. Yes, about these things. Let's be diplomatic. Yes, okay. We are going to pull out. Yes. We are going to pull out together. Yes, you can agree. But then you have you have what you want to do in your mind. You can agree, yes, like we're pulling out together. Yes. Because you don't have to shun people who are giving you such signs. But then keep acting in a way as if you don't rely on anybody. Trusting in yourself, building courage. Okay, let me start reacting to the comments now. This one by Just Think. He said, we are in the South. We need each other. That is the fact. We need each other. But if this the said man is a spokesperson for Oduduwa, and when such is coming from him, we're supposed to talk together. And like the narrator said, that wasn't me. A narrator who is also a contributor on this channel. Like he said, let's not keep saying Edwin Clark or these people are a lone voice. No. And most of the time, what they say, they speak for a whole people. You understand? We need each other, but you have to be wise. You have to totally, you need to be sure if these guys are really going along with you. They say, onye nsị na-akpa na-ebute ụzọ. Ọ bụrụ sọ anyị nwe ka nsị na-akpa nwanne. Ị na-aghọta? Let me be looking at the comment. You said, then go join the Fulani. No, this has not reached that level. Joining. No, I think the guy is trying to make a point. You understand? He's trying to make a point. Now, Demion Thomas, he said, right from beginning, I don't believe in these people because they don't have mind to stand. Yeah, some of the times, yeah, okay. You have to be sure. If you say, let's walk 2 miles, the person that you are telling, let's walk 2 miles, will be ready to go with you 2 miles. Not after 1 mile, he said, no, I'm not willing again. You understand? Just think, you ask, why are you against the alliance? If so, then do alliance. No, I don't think he's against the alliance. He's saying, be careful. Don't put your trust in this alliance. Maka. Mama. Just, he's trying to say, be wise. For those who have not heard, there's a commentary we played before we started reacting to the comments. You can play the video later. It's on our channel. You see the commentary by one of our brother who is a contributor on this channel. It's a lengthy commentary about it. First part is like 9 minutes, and the second one is 9 minutes. You got to understand, though, from the topic too, you understand what we are talking about. There is a Yoruba man during an interview, and he tried to distance the Oduduwa from Biafra, and a kind of ostracizing Biafrans, especially IPOB, as if even a point he mentioned an organization that is regarded as a terrorist organization, proscribed organization. So we are now beginning to query this alliance. Will it work? Alliance with the Yorubas, Oduduwa as an Oduduwa. Should we do our own things while watching them? Let them also do their own thing while we walk towards the center. What do you think? Add your comment, please. We are reacting to the comments now. Just think, this Igbo man is speaking for yourself. The South is coming together regardless of how you feel. Well, okay, as a whole lump, is stronger as a whole. And you come on both. Depends on, are they willing to tow along? While you come together, you have to also be careful. I agree with you, but then if we agree together, I say two cannot agree unless two cannot work unless they agree. If we truly agree, it is good. But do we truly agree? Let's look at Damian Thomas, he said, Yoruba people and the Fulanis have been the people that have been against us since, that's against the struggle, even till now, but we can't just take only 5 states as Biafra. Okay, he agrees we can decide to go on our own, but 5 states for a start is not enough. And another used to tell me, you don't need that. We don't even need the whole of Niger Delta again. Take your 5 states, which are purely Igbo states of the hinterland, then all the Igbo speakers of Niger Delta, take them along, and we are good to go. Check most countries in Europe, 75 to 80% of them speaks one language. So take the Igbos of Southeast, merge with Igbos of the South, we are good to go. Because it's like a lot of people are derailing the struggle. You realize today a German agrees with you, tomorrow a German disagrees with you, and you want to take his oil. That is always the complaint. Excuse me. You know, okay, I will continue to look at comments. Son of Knock, he said, this is the second time that this Yoruba man says this kind of a thing. He's speaking from the bottom of his heart. We need to remove ourselves from this Yoruba people. Fool me twice, shame on me. So if somebody constantly makes a statement, I think he's giving you a sign. Sorry, let me handle my light. When somebody constantly makes a statement, I think he's trying to give you a sign. And you got to be wise. You got to be wise. Son of Noga, let's further see your comment. Said, who knows what kind of backroom deals they are making with the other people, the Fulanis, maybe to band together to colonize the Biafrans. I bet it is not far from the truth. Well, I don't think they will be making such deals, but that is your opinion. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Son of Knock again, he said, I am more and more beginning to adopt to the idea of strict Igbo nation, period. Yes, homogeneous Igbo nation. That is how most countries in Europe are. Apart from Switzerland, where you have the Italian side, they are still almost the same people. They understand. If you go to Switzerland, they are split. They understand this part is this part, this part is this part. The parts that are close to these people speaks the same and does a particular kind of business. That is how Europe is, and that is why Europe is working. Okay, Comment Readers Association, we don't have the link now. We'll put it up later. We'll put the video later for you to see, and not on this show. We don't have the clip right now where he said it, but it is everybody knows about that, and it's something that's been like trending. People know he said such. You understand? He said such. Son of Nog, he says, stop being unity beggars. Abi. Onye achọghị Tom. You live. Now, Comment Readers Association, he said, I don't think any Igbo can ever be surprised by Yoruba. Oh, you know, Seth. Son of Nog, again, he said, Igbos should believe in themselves. We started this journey all by ourselves, and we can finish it. This Yoruba and Niger Delta people are pulling us back. Yes, if you realize it doesn't work. I hope you people can see me. Please, I'm managing the lights. With time, I'll fully set up the way I want, because of the location I am right now is not a permanent location. I need to pack up, and you will see my standard studio better than what you see. He said, okay. He said, Igbos should believe in themselves. We started this journey all by ourselves and we can finish it. My daughter is by the side here. she's the one you're hearing. She's watching. So he said, we started the journey all by ourselves and we can finish it. This Yoruba and Niger Delta people are. Yes, if you realize people are not moving in the same pace with you. People are acting as if you are the one that needed this freedom. They don't need it. You have to. Yes, you need it. Let's assume, yes, we are the one that needed it. Let's leave the people as, let's leave them by the way and keep moving. But they also have we'll be rounding up. Michael Babs. Igbos and Yorubas are trying to form alliance now and get our individual nations. Yes, of course, there's no time it's going to be one nation. Do not blacklist an entire tribe because of some betrayers among them. Well, you also have a strong point. You made a strong point here. You made a strong point here. You made a strong point. Though some people will tell you he is our mouthpiece. He speaks for the generality of. You also consider that he's like a spokesperson for the Yoruba Oduduwa Nation. But then there are some other Yorubas who wouldn't buy that view. Yes, I agree. There are Yorubas who wouldn't agree with his conclusions, his opinion. I believe that there are Yorubas who wouldn't agree with what the old man said. Son of Nock, he said, you are replying Michael Babs. He said, it is not about one or two betrayers. It is the sentiment of an entire tribe. Tell me anytime in Nigeria a favorable sentiment Yorubas had about the Igbos. But we need to, but we need to understand what we call stereotypes. There are certain things that will pass for stereotypes. People don't take it to heart. We need to, an alliance with Yorubas will be fine, but we need to be sure that they also, want same thing we want. They need to assure us. They need to act in a way, not, they shouldn't make us feel we are the only one that need this thing. You understand? They shouldn't make us feel we need it. Charles Obi said, let's go with 5 states and push to get Igbo speaking part around the 5 states. Yeah. 5 states. Then all the Igbo speakers of the Niger Deltas belongs to us as well. In fact, Igbo speaker to Benue. Michael Babs replies, son of Nock, he said, it's vice versa. Yorubas think some about Igbo. Well, okay, I agree with you as well. Vice versa. The other way around. Tim Adex, he said, ignore those that are suspicious of us agreeing together. 2 brothers or sisters may not agree together, but that does not mean we should not love each other and work together to get what we want. Wow, yes. Some of the times it's just few people that disagree. But some of the time you realize the majority disagree. Some of the time 1 or 2 people, but some of the time majority. You see an opinion that is major opinion. Yes. Okay, son of Nock, if his sentiment is not popular among the Yorubas, where is the outrage from his Yoruba people? He's speaking their mind. Yeah. Yes, you can say he's speaking their mind in the sense that he's a mouthpiece. He is a spokesperson for a notable group Oduduwa Nation. I think I dropped one of Michael Babb's statements. He said, there are betrayers everywhere. It is us that must use wisdom and know how to relate with others. Yes, I also buy that. Michael Babs, I agree with you on that. Betrayers are everywhere. Let's apply wisdom. But once an opinion is general, we have to be careful. Yeah. Once it's a general opinion, opinion that is agreed with by majority. If you get 70% of a particular people saying same thing, is it you apply democracy there? Majority carries the vote. Son of Knock, he said, at Michael Babs, you just made my point. We don't like each other. So there is too much room for betrayal, which they are doing now. Let's start liking each other now, Son of Knock. Let's start liking each other. Let's start liking each other. Michael Babs, Oduduwa supports Biafra. Yorubas don't support Tifnubu. He said that Tifnubu or any of their corrupt so-called leaders. Said it's Tinubu. You know, when you mention Tinubu, when you are siding for Tinubu, you are still saying one Nigeria. You are still talking about Nigerian politics because Tinubu doesn't want to hear secession. Tinubu doesn't want to hear secession. Charles Obi, you are right, son of Knock. Wow. Son of Knock, at Charles Obi, I would rather ask for Igbo referendum anywhere they may be found. Yes, this is very key. Anywhere there is an Igbo population, referendum has to be conducted there to know where they want to go. And if eventually they chose Biafra, their land too also will go along, the land there. Because they didn't go to settle there, it is their land. We'll be rounding up. Thank you for being part of this show. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. And also click on the bell icon to get our updates. We'll be rounding up. We'll be rounding up. Damian Thomas, referendum is the only way because it's not only Igbo that needs Biafra. Wow. Yeah, it's not only Igbo, though it's more of Igbo. Michael Babs, at Son of Nogia, replying him, we Southerners need to work together. Yeah, nice one. We'll round up here. Please, thank you. I want to thank you for being part of the show. I'll read one comment because that comment is key also. And then I'll round up. The comment by Tim Adex. He said, Yorubas are Israelites, tribe of Issachar, and Igbos tribe of Benjamin. And here we are displaced for centuries. Now we are still against each other, against the Janjaweeds. Come on, please, let's love lead. I would want to, sincerely, I would want an alliance with Yoruba people. But I have to be sure they too want same thing I want. I want an alliance with Yoruba people. I said that comment was the last. Please, thank you for being part of this show. Please share this video widely. This video is very important. It's very key at this point in time. Also subscribe to this channel, please, if you haven't. Click on the bell icon to get our updates anytime it drops. Azuka OJ, I say bye for now. Bye for now.